On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
right now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pimp My Setup episode number 20, recorded live on February 10th, 2015. My name is Matt Philly. You can check me out on Twitter at MattPhilly.
And I'm Barnacules. You can check me out at thebarnnerd.com, but don't put the on there. It's actually barn. And barn, like where the cows go. Yeah, that's it.
Always the same intro, no matter where you are. It's always barn, you know, where the cows go. It's perfect.
Well, you have to say that because I always say barn nerd and everybody goes to bernard.com or something, and it's like St. Bernard's, or they go to some like weird porn site. And I just want to be clear. It's barn nerd, not barn nerd.
Okay.
Barn nerd.
Well, now people know, so I guess it's good that you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people have been asking for you to come on the show forever, and little do they know you've been on more than anyone else ever.
I've literally been on the show more than any other guest, bar none.
Yeah.
Nobody could contest that.
Yeah. So,
but,
you know.
But Matt had to delete all the episodes, so now we're starting fresh again. So this is the first episode that you'll ever see me on.
Yeah. Which is a big
it's kind of weird. It's like a rebirth, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of upsetting because the one before this had 50,000 views, so it kind of hurt me.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, they all had a lot of views, but hey, now it's back. It's happening again, and people are so excited. So, you know, if this is your first time watching, because it probably is for a lot of you, on this show, you're not going to see the best setups ever. You're going to see setups that need work, and that's the whole point. It's to pimp setups. We're going to give you tips, tricks, and feedback to take it to the next level. And at the end of the show, since we actually scored the setups based on categories, we're going to say the top 2 winners. But before we do that, we're going to go individually to each setup. So here we go. The first setup is submitted by Peter, and he said, "Hey Matt, my name is Peter. He's 16 years old from the Netherlands, and he basically just goes on to talk about how he has non-matching monitors and he wants to actually fix that sooner or later. And he goes on about a couple of things. If you want to read what he actually wrote, it's pimpmysetup.com/Q, and you can view it all there. But Jerry, what are your initial thoughts on this setup?
Well, the mismatched monitors, of course, throw me off really hard because I've got a touch of the OCDs, so that hurts a little bit. But the fact that he actually is using them despite them not matching, I got to give him massive kudos for that. The other thing is, let's talk about the cable management a little. Here's where I'm confused. Is you look at the computer, and the cables are like really, really well concealed behind it, running up the leg of the desk, it looks like, or they're all bundled together. But then you like move over to the left side. Yeah. And you're like, what? It looks like a cable bomb went off. Like, I don't even know what those cables are going to. There's just magical cables going up to like a Windows like Vista box and cables going to the floor. It's weird that it's like clean on one side and really, really messed up on the other.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, it's
kudos, but it's kudos for the right side. But
yeah, kudos for the right side. It's like, I'm wondering if he's like Two-Face, like, you know, because the monitor, he's got like the cheap old compact monitor or whatever over on the left, and there's all the destruction, and then it's all like neat and tidy over on the right side. Yeah. But yeah, no, I do like the setup. I like the fact that he has the desk in the middle of the room. You don't see that a lot, actually. And I kind of like that because he has the skylight off in the distance, so I'm sure it looks really well lit. I wish he had sent us a daytime picture of like the light shining down through there. Would have been like, oh. But as far as functionality and things go, I think it's a good setup. But man, he's really got to get those monitors sorted out. He needs to get the cable management cleaned up. He needs to put a lot of stuff away. Yeah. I mean, look behind that monitor over there on the left side. You're not fooling anybody, Peter. Literally, he shoved everything that was on his desk over there in the background. You could just see mounds of books and cables and things and trinkets. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I do like the setup. I like his chair. I don't even know what chair that is, but it looks comfortable as hell. Yeah. I'm a big RC fanatic, so the fact that he has an RC car in the background definitely earns some points. But I'm gonna go ahead and push it over to you because I'm gonna OCD out a little bit if I have to keep looking at this thing. Yeah, but
I think that the left shelf really makes no sense because, like you said, it's just kind of like a cable bomb. But where are those cables going to? Because
I can't tell.
Like, I don't understand what would be on that side that needs to be plugged in. You know, it's like all the main components are right on the desk and they're all super neat, and I like that.
Right.
And I also think it's interesting, the snowball, how he has it on the arm. Like, I never see people take the snowball to that level. It's always just like the snowball, it's the cheap mic, they put it on their desk and call it a day. But he's like, no,
true.
I'm gonna ball. I'm balling. No.
I'm gonna give him some credit for that too, because I hang my 2020 on one of those little things, and I like it. So and I like the fact he's pulling it down from the top. I wish I could do the same thing with my setup, but I can't, unfortunately, because I have these ginormous monitors everywhere.
Yeah, and I think that like the whole setup is really, really nice. It's like you said, just clean up, and it will be amazing. And especially with the skylight, it's got to look amazing when you have just a clean room, no wires, you have the light coming in, and it probably looks amazing. And there's a lot of personality here. It just doesn't show as much because of how cluttered it is. Like you said, the RC car, I mean, that's awesome. You're showcasing what you like, but you definitely need to clean up so that shows a little more.
I'd move the computer too, just to jump in there, because it's kind of weird to have the computer just out free floating in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Like, I like that he bundled the cables and he ran them up, and I think that looks cool. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know. There's just something weird about having it all, like, that desk is really open, right? It's got these tiny little legs, a lot of light coming through there and everything, a lot of room. It's just weird just to have a computer just sitting there in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does that just seem weird? Is that just my OCD going all monk, or?
Well, no, because it makes sense, especially since you would think you would put it to the left side where it would like nicely fit in, and it would make more sense. But when you actually realize that the desk is in the middle of the room, it's like, wow, that's kind of weird. The computer is just like
it's really weird.
It's just chilling there. Like,
maybe it's a Netherlands thing though, right? Like, different cultures and stuff. Maybe they're, who makes the IKEA furniture? That's not the Netherlands, is it?
No, that's Sweden.
That's Sweden that makes that.
Yeah.
Flat pack furniture and stuff. Yeah, see, different cultures, they do things a little differently. We might have to start pulling in some international support.
Oh yeah.
For this show. And also, what the hell is that thing running down at the full length of his ceiling there? Is that like a cable conduit there in the background?
It kind of looks like it.
It does. It's a little, it doesn't look like a board. It's got a couple little weaves and waves to it. I'm just curious what the hell that is.
It's a little random, to say the least, but
it is.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's like you went so crazy on your actual desktop. But, well, actually, then again, I would also recommend maybe like some Velcro straps behind the monitors and things like that, just to kind of make it a little bit neater. But yeah, you went crazy with the whole setup, and then to the left of it, it's just like, okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do, cool.
I have a hint at what happened here. I thought about it for several seconds, and I think what happened is he was like, "Oh my God. I can submit my setup to Pimp My Setup. I'm totally doing this." And he literally just steam piled everything in the background. Because like if you look under his desk in the background, you can see there's like some kind of a light laying on the ground with a cord wrapped around it on top of a pile of stuff. I think he literally, that used to just be all on his desk, and he literally just moved it all to the back of the room. He was so excited he took a picture and sent it to you.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet it even looks better now. Or maybe even worse.
Probably. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I reached out for an update photo, but I don't think he got my email because... Or he was like, this looks better than it does now, so let's just leave it at that and call it a day. But overall, I think that a little bit of work and it would be good, right?
Just a little. It's not bad. I mean, trust me, I've seen a million more setups that are worse than better.
Oh, yeah.
So he's definitely heading in the right direction. But yeah. So hire a maid.
So hire a maid. And now we're going to move on to the next setup. The next setup is also interesting because it's submitted by Owen, and Owen is only 11 years old.
What is up with all these youngsters with baller computer setups?
Yeah, so
I feel like poor people growing up, man. I used to have I remember my 28612 with like its little screen you had to bang on the side of it to get the damn vertical alignment to work.
Oh man. So yeah, this is submitted by Owen. Like I said, he said his monitors are mismatched, and that's something he's also looking to fix, especially since one of them is a TV, which he does not like. And yeah, he actually...
them are fighting words.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, for you, that is...
yeah, I use 3 TVs as monitors, fighting words.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to go rescore Owen's setup. Here, hold on. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so it's funny because he actually has the monitors on an arm, which... is like interesting because not a lot of people do that, and he's only 11 and he has it on an arm, so power to you. I think that's awesome. But what are your thoughts on the craziness? Because there is a lot. Do you think it's overdone, or do you think it's the perfect amount?
Well, no, I can't say it's overdone because if you notice, I like to put trinkets all over I probably have 100 things on my desk right now. So you'd hate my setup, Matt. But the thing is he was very consistent in his theme. You can tell that he's just got like this, just rage and addiction to Pikachu and all that is Pokemon and Nintendo. So I do like that he stayed good with the theme. I mean, you can totally tell walking into this room immediately. You know what he's all about. You know where his passion is. I also like that he has the Xbox over there hiding on the side. I'm really, really loving seeing all these setups where they're bringing the console to the PC because now it's like an all-in-one station, right? You got your games, you got your console games, your PC games, your productivity, everything in one spot. His use of space, though, is fantastic. That is a tiny little desk, and because he's using that arm, he frees up all that space under his desk to like slide the keyboard away to free up space. So if he has to do writing or homework or anything like that, he can do that. The 2 water bottles, probably a little bit much there, but again, I think it was just one of those afterthoughts where it was sitting on his desk, so he just made it look all neat and ran with it. But hey, well-hydrated gamer is a good gamer, right? And he's got the snowball mic. I don't know what's going on with the Christmas lights.
It could have been Christmas when he submitted it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's just go with that it was Christmas. But it's like you see all the people that do like LED lighting everywhere. And the cool thing about LED lights is that you don't see them. You just see the glow from them, right? You position them so that you're not looking right at these giant blazing LEDs. That would get really annoying to me sitting at the monitor and having these giant red things blasting in my face. But again, it could be the exposure on the camera making them look a lot brighter than they actually are.
True.
But overall, I like it. His cable management, it's okay, but I can still see a lot of cables even in this picture hanging off the side that he could have easily routed around the back of the table. Just with a couple like little zip ties and Velcros, he could have hid all that away. I don't really know what's sitting under his desk there. It's kind of at an off angle. I think that might be like a UPS or something, and then he's got something sitting on top of it.
I can't tell what that is either. It's a little too dark.
And he's got that dinner table thing sitting off the side, which bugs the hell out of me. But I actually have one of those dinner table things. I have that same exact little dinner table thing.
Are you using it for what he's using it for, though?
No, I use it for stuffing my face with food when I'm in the
Exactly.
But I mean, they're good for laptop stands and everything. And I think it's cool that he has his laptop there. But he honestly can't use the laptop right there.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's coming in from the side and he's moving a chair over there. It's not really accessible. So I'd probably move things around a little bit more and try to get the laptop up on the desk so that you just open it up when you need to use it. But other than that, I mean, it's a clean setup. The speakers are throwing me off a little bit. Like having one speaker on its side under the monitor is going to screw the whole sound stage up on it. I don't like that he doesn't have a monitor centered on the sitting position. Yeah. Like even with 2 monitors, I always prefer it when you have one monitor front and center and then one off to the side, kind of utility monitor. It's really weird, especially with mismatched monitors, to have your sitting position be in the middle of them.
Yeah. See, I like having when I had dual monitors, because now I have 3, I liked having, they were matching, so it made sense for me to sit in the middle of them. But I agree, if they're not matching, it's kind of like, whoa, like it doesn't make sense. But he did say he was going to eventually get a matching monitor, so that's good. At least he knows.
Hey, this isn't Pimp My Setup for future aspirations. This is Pimp My Setup based on pictures. Come on. It's like everybody could say that and be like, well, I'm planning on getting 3 80-inch 4K panels and a projector overhead.
I mean, yeah, that's actually true. But I agree with like all the things that you were saying. As far as the wires, it's like you have that big drawer. You could kind of hide everything behind it. So that one wire that's kind of poking out right at that side shouldn't be seen. Because even if you just take a piece of Scotch tape, literally a piece of Scotch tape, and just tape it to the back of the desk, you'll be fine. It won't poke out. And
you need to watch my hot glue video.
Yeah, jerry-rigged. When are you bringing more of those back, by the way?
More jerry-rigged. The next one should be at the end of this month, and I'm thinking about, this isn't confirmed, but I'm thinking about actually taking a whole bunch of, I have a ton of leftover fans from like old PC builds. And so what I was going to do is I was going to take a bunch of fans, some cardboard, some duct tape, some hot glue, and an old AC adapter, and I'm going to like work it all together to make basically a hand cooler for my keyboard that basically just has a constant curtain of air going over the keyboard.
Dude.
So you can keep your hands all nice and cool when you're playing games or doing inappropriate things.
I wonder which one's going to get more use. Leave that up to your imagination. But I definitely think you guys should stay tuned for that. But obviously, these people are here for you, not me, so they already know about you. But yeah, I think
I would just say that. I'm sure at least like 25 of them are here for you, man. I'm like maybe 30. What? We got 296 people watching?
That's crazy. That's wow.
Those are crazy numbers. I didn't expect that. Pimp My Setup's moving up in the world.
Oh yeah. And back to Owen's setup. Actually, I think personality it's very personable, right? With the Pikachu and the.
you know, walking into this kid's room, you know immediately like what Christmas presents to buy this kid. Like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He has made that absolutely apparent.
Yeah. Skylanders, Smash Bros, Pokemon. It's all right there. And that's key. And I like the way you did that. So big kudos there because you hit theme out of the park, whereas a lot of people haven't hit that out of the park. So definitely kudos to you. I agree with basically everything you were saying. I think that the lunch table dinner tray thing is a little weird. I would like to see your snowball maybe like on your desk, but I don't know. Do you think he like ports the snowball around with the laptop? Because it looks like it's...
That's what I don't really know. It looks like he could.
Yeah, it looks kind of like it might be unplugged and he just, you know, uses it with his laptop mainly. Maybe. Well, I mean, maybe you could let us know.
It's possible, but I'm not a big fan of just setting stuff on top of my laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, I know space is at a premium here, but I'd rather just have the snowball sitting off to the side of the mouse pad than on top of the laptop.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I agree. But overall, for 11, this is insane. A lot of 11-year-olds are probably, you know, jealous of that. So, Owen, good job. And you want to move on to the next setup?
Yep, and tell your parents that you want some like 40 or 46-inch screens.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
But he was the one that didn't want the TV as a monitor.
That's exactly why I want him to get him.
Okay.
He needs to learn.
All right,
he needs to learn math.
So let's see what he says to that. But this next setup is submitted by Declan, and he is 16 from England. And basically, he mainly uses this for schoolwork and gaming. So it's kind of like they go hand in hand, schoolwork, gaming, basically the same thing at this point. And yeah, he goes into all the specs, which again, you guys can read pimpmysetup.com/Q. But wow, this is clean, but it's also kind of confusing. Well, maybe not confusing. It's just
maybe you.
Well. I'm saying the left side, his laptop. I guess he doesn't have enough room, so he has to use his drawer for that. I mean,
this is a weird one for me, Matt. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm a symmetrical kind of guy. It's like comes with that whole OCD thing. It's like literally, I have two modes. Either everything has to be completely chaos and completely screwed up, or it has to be absolutely in perfect harmony and alignment. Well, with this guy's setup, though, I'm finding an exception to that. I like the fact that he has the laptop up on top of the dresser because now it's like a sit-stand workstation scenario.
True,
you can sit in front of the computer, or you can stand up over there and use the laptop. I also like the fact that he has an Xbox 360 down below, an Xbox One up on the desk, and a PlayStation 4 off to the side of the monitor, and you don't see any wires.
Ooh.
You don't. He managed to, I mean, obviously you can see the power wire and the charger in the background, but you can see that he did everything he could to hide as much wire as he possibly could. And I also really, really dig his mic stand. I don't know what kind of microphone that is, but I love the look of it. It's like fancy. Some retro 50s looking. Yeah, it's like Art Deco mic, and he's got the little pop filter on there, and he's got all of his headphones hanging right on it. I love that. I'm going to steal that idea, actually, because I like the fact that you can just grab that thing.
Yeah.
It looks like it's one of those, you know, older mic stands. I think I actually have that same mic stand. Is that from freaking Z-Sound? It might actually be from Z-Sound. But no, it's cool because you can actually pick that thing up and just drag it around the room, and you've got your microphone, you've got your headphones, you've got everything, all on one tidy little beast.
It's an all-in-one right there.
That's awesome. Yep. So I'm gonna ding him on this setup is he's got the Halo 3 poster back there, and you're like, yeah, gamer, and he's got his wallpaper, and it's like, yeah, gamer, and then he's got, what are these maps in the background? One of them looks like it might be from a game, and the other one looks like it's like an airport or something.
Well,
like
I think the far left is GTA.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. Yeah. Thank you for confirming that, because I was going to say if the dude just had like random cartography like sitting in the background, I was going to be like, what? Okay, so they are game related. So the dude gets high marks on I'm going to change my theme score
there you go.
for this guy, because I kind of dinged him on that. I was like, dude, why are you putting like educational things in the background? Come on, that has nothing to do with gaming. So let's. I think it's great. The only things that I'm going to ding him on is one monitor is absolutely ridiculous in this day and age. Like nobody should ever, unless if you have a laptop, that's the only excuse. And even then, you should go buy an external screen for it. I'm just saying. But you should have more than one monitor. It's like, oh my god, just get more than one monitor. Other than that, I mean, the only thing that you can ding this guy on really is he has a cork board that's supposed to be on the wall, like leaning against the wall. Like, I would kind of put that up on a wall somewhere. I'm just saying. Yeah. And the other thing is he has a really, really cool rack system behind that Xbox One, and I wonder why he's not using it. Like, I would be, like, running shelves up that sucker and putting everything on there.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree.
Going crazy.
Yeah, and you know what it is? Like, when you have a setup like this, and you didn't even make mention of like the weird red or blue in the furniture. Like you totally looked past that. I don't know, maybe.
No, the chaos works here for some reason. It's like they're prime colors, and it just works.
Oh yeah, I think that it's really nice. One thing that's not really necessary, but it would also like add a little bit of niceness to the look would be the controllers. Get like a controller holder. They make them that have 2 or 3 slots, and you just place them all in there nicely. So that they're not just laying there, but it's not really necessary. These are just little things you could do. I like how he has the little cubbies. Actually neat. I never see that in a setup. They're normally just like, oh, I'll just shove it in here and call it a day. Like he's got the little cubby holes that are neat. And honestly, like the wire management is perfect. Everything is, personalities there. You see he's a gamer.
Yep. It's a clean room too. Like you can tell that there isn't just a giant pile of laundry and stuff behind this picture.
Oh yeah.
Like
if he had a carpet, it would be vacuumed. That's the kind of guy he is. Like trust me, we've seen some that's like there's probably like a dead cat just like somewhere in there. So
true story.
Yeah, I think that this is really, really nice, but I definitely agree that the monitor cannot be alone. This is like lonely monitors don't live long, so
it's breaking the rules. It's just like in order for it to be called a setup, you have to have 2 screens. The laptop screen over there doesn't count. It just doesn't. Okay.
Oh yeah,
it just doesn't.
It can't because it's so far away. It just doesn't work like that. But I do like that you pointed out it could be like a standing desk almost. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I think if you wanted to go crazy, a new desk taking up the whole wall, going crazy, you get like 37 monitors, something like that. Really take it to the next level. But no, honestly, honestly, this works perfect, and you really hit a home run here. I like it. Good job. So let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by how do I say this?
Niloy or Niloy, maybe
something like that. Niloy. Regardless, hey, hi.
You got a cool name, dude.
Yeah, he's all the way from Bangladesh.
Like, where is that even?
I don't know.
Like,
I was hoping
I think that's India.
I think
that's India.
Something like that. But he's 14, and he basically said that. Let's see.
Let me guess. He already works for Microsoft. He's been there for 5 years. I'm just kidding. No, when I was working at Microsoft, we actually had the Technical School of Bengali or whatever. We had like 15 graduates come out and like join the workforce at one time.
Wow.
Had to stay up really late to be on those calls.
Woo! Oh yeah, I can imagine.
No, India's like the leader. I think they're the technical leader right now as far as education. I think the Institute of Bengali or something is like one of the top-rated tech schools in the world.
Really?
Yeah, for like programming and stuff. It's insane.
Wow.
And it's cheap. So everybody go to India.
Yeah.
To get your education, and you will seriously just come back here and dominate.
Do
just
it.
Saying, pro tip. Hashtag pro tip.
Yay. So taking a look at this setup, it's actually really it's as awesome as it is. It's also like, huh. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think of the wall right above the monitors? How it's just empty. Do you like that or no?
No, I don't like that at all. I don't like empty walls because it makes me feel lonely and virgin for life. So,
I mean, seriously, look how empty it is. He's got a poster to the right of the setup.
Here's the thing that really bugs me about that is it's like he's got a lot of cool monitors and everything. And looking at the setup, it doesn't look like he's hugely limited on his resources. It seems like it would have been pretty easy for him to find like an old LCD TV or plasma TV or something to stick up there and cover that up. Because I see a lot of people doing the small screens on the bottom and the big screen on top, which I think is a really cool setup. It's kind of the inverse of what I do.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, it's like, God, put some posters or something up there. It just looks way too barren. I couldn't agree more with you on that. Just having a big canvas like that, not going to use. I mean, hell, you can even put drop a projector.
Oh yeah.
And project on that wall. That would be freaking amazing and unique, dude. You should do that. You'd probably be the only one.
Yeah, or even if you got some crazy, because he's got the little Darth Vader head. That'd be sick if he had some crazy thing to like hang up on the wall there that's from the movie. Not even a poster, but like an actual like object. Like a Death Star. Go crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to look at that though and not see something up there.
Yeah, it's too empty.
Agree.
But
although, hold on, there is that. Yeah, thank you. The second picture.
Yep.
That's what I want to talk about is with the LED light on the back wall.
Looks great.
It looks great. I'd almost changed my mind because with that red like circular glow behind the screen and on the floor, I think it's actually cooler than having posters up there because you get this nice uniform light effect. It's almost like the sun's rising behind your computer. And so, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's cool at night, but it's like, try to go for a setup that looks good all the time.
Yeah, and even then, you know, there's still a lot of room above where the LEDs actually touch. So I feel like, I mean, I don't even know how tall the room is. It looks like a pretty... actually, I can't really tell by the picture.
Maybe the desk is just really short or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
I can't tell.
Yeah, because I don't know if it goes like all the way up or it's just like that's actually the top right at where the photo cuts off. But regardless, I think that the actual triple monitor setup is great. I think that obviously you could get the triple monitor arm, stuff like that, but that's something you do down the road. Because for now, those are actually pretty small stands, which is nice. They don't really take up that much space. He's got all the peripherals set. He's got all that nice LED glow going on. I do find it weird that his PC has the blue LED, and then he chose to show off all the red in his keyboard and stuff. But I think that
he has it kind of balances out a little bit though, because he has the blue. If you look at his amplifier over there on the left side of the screen, on the first picture, he definitely does have, you know, a blue glow. Balanced on both sides of the screen. So again, it's kind of like that last setup we looked at, where it's like blue and red kind of can go together.
True.
It's kind of weird, but like I agree with you that in the second picture where the red's on, just having the random blue smattering is a little bit bizarre.
Yeah. If you're going to go blue, put more. Yeah.
The other thing is the speakers. I just noticed that. I didn't see that before. But he has the speakers behind the monitor. And I can't stress to people, like, I'm an audio fanatic. I've got probably 30 pairs of headphones, 4 headphone amplifiers. I wouldn't consider myself an audiophile, but I'm a little bit of an audio snob. I like like good audio, right? And when I see people put speakers behind there, it's like audio loves to reflect off plastic. So having it sitting behind your screens like that with the drivers down low, but then the tweeters and the mids and everything up high, it's going to screw the sound up like bad.
Yeah. It's like, why even have speakers?
Yeah. And he's got all that space up on the wall. He could have easily put 2 speaker mounts up there and like pointed the speakers like perfectly to give him like the ultimate soundstage.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll do that now just because of you. Just because of you. But yeah, so...
I feel so powerful, Matt. So powerful. The Batman.
You have all the power.
I got bad knife.
Anyways, so what do you think of the left side of the room? Sort of, you know, that black desk that has the laptop and stuff like that.
That completely threw me off.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look as bad in the dark picture, but in the daytime picture, it's like you have this giant white wooden desk, which I think is cool. Like, I don't have a problem with, like, because it matches the wall.
Yeah.
But it's weird that he just has like this weird, it looks almost like an end table for like a high-end living room with like a marble reflective top on it. It definitely looks way out of place. And then it looks like behind that he has a Xbox or something propped up on a bunch of books or something. Like, it just looks like chaos. It's like his main desk is really clean. It's balanced. He has a computer on one side. He has the amp on the other side. The speakers, even though they're behind the monitors, they're proportional. And the 3 screens wrap around him perfectly. But then you turn to the side. It's just you kind of have like this desk that's like where you just spilled over everything.
Yeah, and I think like the one thing that kind of throws me off too is if you look how close that side desk comes up to the keyboard, it's probably very close to his side, if not touching him when he's sitting in front of that keyboard.
Oh, it totally is. I mean, he's probably resting an arm up there on the laptop.
Yeah, that just seems uncomfortable and kind of cuts away at that nice big desk that you have. So I don't know. I would think about that. But if you like it, you know, then more power to you.
Hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This is just advice. It doesn't matter what we say. You can seriously just flip us the middle finger and be like, no, I do what I want.
Exactly. And
obviously the kid knows what he's doing. I mean, when I was his age, what is he? Did you say 16?
14.
14. These damn kids these days, I'll tell you.
Oh man, but
that's an epic setup. You can't ever ding anybody. Like if you're 14 years old and you got that, your parents are awesome.
Oh yeah, they love you.
Or completely oblivious to you ripping off like trucks out on the street or something.
That's possible too.
Yeah, it is possible. We're not accusing anybody of anything, but I'm just saying there is a high probability that this kid may have cut a couple locks off some trucks outside Best Buy.
Yeah, it could be. But anyways, let's go on to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Tom, and Tom is from the UK, and he is also 14. He goes on about all the different things in his setup, and if you want to know more, obviously go to the site. But I think you'll have fun with this one. You wanna start off?
I'll kick this one off, okay? Just put the tree away. I realize this is probably, I'm starting to think that these were submitted around Christmas time, but I'm just saying a tree has no place sitting on your computer desk. It just doesn't, because trees signify like nature and going outside and fresh air and all the things us fat gamers don't like. Okay, so I'm just saying, get that, throw it away, take it outside and set it on fire. If it's plastic, I don't know, tell your neighbors first so they don't suffocate. But looking at the rest of his setup, I'll tell you one thing I really, really like about the setup, looking at it immediately, is he's done something that I haven't seen anybody else do. And that is, he just has this random auxiliary monitor off-center just kind of chilling up on the wall. Like you can tell that that's like, it's not even a part of the group of 3 screens. It's just kind of like, that's where he's going to put like his email or something, so when he walks into the room, he can see something. And I think that's cool, because you should go one way or the other, and he went the other. It's like, don't just have a screen sitting up above that's like that's completely worthless. I mean, this is a screen he put somewhere else that actually serves a purpose. Obviously, he's doing something with that, and it's not a part of immediate gaming or anything like that. So I'm actually going to steal his idea at some point, because I think it'd be cool to have a 5th screen that's just somewhere completely different in the room, or a projector or something like that, where I can just move things off to that I just want to like monitor as I'm moving around.
Yeah. Well,
like I think that's really, really cool.
That reminds me of like a dentist office. When you go in and you need to check in, they have the screen just chilling there. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, so I think that that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he has the Mac computer obscured by his iPad, and basically it's probably not even plugged in, and he probably doesn't use it because it's such a piece of crap. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have nothing against Mac now. I gotta break that Microsoft habit since I'm gone now. But as far as it's a little too loud. I'm just gonna throw that out right now. The whole setup is there's too much stuff in one little location. It's like he literally has the curtains mashed up against his arm when he's sitting there. It looks like he has a mixer board of some kind on the desk. He has another mixer board like up above him, and I'm trying to figure out what all these mixer boards are for, because he only has like, I don't even see any speakers.
Yeah.
Like there's some little, I think there's a little speaker. No, that's not a speaker. That's an iPhone. So that's weird. All he has is the microphone overhead, which I really like, by the way. I like the way that he has that boom set up so that he can just bring it down in front of him, but it's not obscuring the screens. And he didn't have to bring it from behind the monitors because he has the shelf up there. So I think that was a good way to deal with that problem. But he's just, I don't know, the canister of pens and everything mashed in with the controller up against the big train display with some books underneath it and more books down below. And like, books, who uses books anymore? Like books, are those still like a thing? I thought those went out like 8-track tape and stuff. But that's like all Kindle now or iPad. But looking on his desk, going with the whole clean factor, he's kind of on the fence, because he did put a bunch of stuff in little like plastic containers that fit rather well under his monitors, but I don't think they look good, and he shouldn't use transparent, because you just see a bunch of chaos in each one of those things. I know it makes it easier to find stuff, but it just kind of looks ugly. And then under his desk, he has the little organizer drawers that don't look like they fit in that space. Like, he should have went and found one that fit really tight in there. Like, it's just kind of weird having that just sitting back there with a bunch of random wires shooting over the top of it. But I do like that he has a PS2. I'm guessing this guy isn't 14 years old, is he? How old is this guy?
14.
Oh, God, serious?
Yeah.
How does a 14-year-old even have a PlayStation 2? Like,
hey, I have a PlayStation 2.
That should be an Xbox. That should be an Xbox One. Yeah, but you're not 14, Matt. I'm saying. That wow, PlayStation 2 to a 14-year-old should be like an Atari is to you.
Oh, true. Okay.
Like an Atari 2600. I'm just saying, generationally speaking. But I did just notice something in the picture. You notice how he's got his little USB hub thing? Looks like it's kind of hot glued up under the desk edge there.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if I had any influence on that, or if it had already been done before. Oh, because this is the first time I've seen it in the wild.
Probably has nothing to do with you, because you're nobody. I don't know.
I probably ripped somebody else off.
Of course.
Didn't even know, right? But as far as theme goes on the thing, it's like he obviously likes trains and Lego dinosaurs and Rubik's cubes, and it's a little. It's not any one theme, but he does win extra points for having a Pimp My Setup wallpaper. Let's just throw that out there. I mean,
pretty nice.
He definitely
made that himself. So
he did?
Yeah, I didn't make that. So he made that himself.
Let's just give him a perfect 10 and let him win it.
All right, yeah, cool.
That's how you rig these kind of things.
Thanks for watching this episode. just call it quits right there.
One thing. No. As far as his age, though, here, just the last thing I'll say is just as far as his age. I mean, the dude's got a triple screen setup sitting there.
It's insane.
He's got a console gaming system, be it a little bit dated. And granted, if you want to get rid of that, let me know, because I actually am looking for a PS2 right now. I'm just going to use your show to start buying retro gaming systems. And the fact that he has a Mac, he has a Mac desktop. He has this whole PC setup. He has Beats by Dre, which I don't like, by the way. I'm a huge, I hate Beats by Dre, but I understand why some people like them because they are bass cannons and they have good noise isolation. So other than that, though, nothing.
Yeah.
So the kid's got a lot of stuff and a lot of potential here, but man, he is really cramming a lot into that little space. So it's like I'm going to give him credit and ding him at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like I understand getting a lot of stuff into a small space, but it is just a little bit kind of like messy and loud.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but I think that could be easily fixed because I don't think that the 3 monitors are technically overkill, even though it is such a small place. You're just surrounded by pixels all over you. But I definitely think just a couple of things. Like you said, the pens and pencils and stuff like that, you don't need that on display necessarily. So I think that that's one thing that could go. But I want to say, you know, that right side is sort of weird because it's like his Apple side. He's got Beats, iPad, Mac, and it's just like off to the side, like not what he uses. And he's got a tree.
Maybe this is him like slowly getting out of it, Matt. Maybe this is like his way of slowly pushing all that garbage over, and then the next stage is just off into the recycling bin.
Yeah, well, the next stage is him putting it with the tree when he's setting it on fire and just calling it a day.
There you go. I like it.
But yeah, I think that I'm not a fan of Beats, but that side just looks a little neglected. I would put a little bit more, you know, love into that side, especially if you're going to be cleaning out your main desk, because I think that's one thing you definitely need to do. But I think that if you gave a little bit more love to the right side and make it a nice standing desk, kind of like the last one you said it would be nice as a standing desk, you could make that your Mac standing desk. So I would,
boom.
Yeah, so I would recommend something like that. But I think everything that you hit on is how I'm feeling. I do like that he has the trains. I like that random monitor. I like what you're doing, especially in the size of the space that you're working with. But I definitely just want to see you give it a little bit more love because you went crazy enough to get it to this point. Just show it that you still care. Give it your love, you know?
Give it some love. I like the standing workstation though. Go with that. That's like the best advice.
Yeah, so do that, and I think that for 14, that's crazy. Crazy.
Those kids these days, man.
Yeah, I just now got my 3rd monitor and I'm about to be 19. I mean, it's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not. We're old.
Yeah. But so overall, everything in that setup is pretty interesting, but let's move on to the next setup. This one is I think this is one of the most confusing ones I've seen. And all right, so his name is Ashton, I think.
Ashton.
He's 15. And basically, he wants to know what we think. And it's funny, he also said, I know my screens aren't matching, but one is on the way. So this guy is saying it's on the way. So
okay, well, we can give, I think we can bend on that one a little bit.
Yeah, all right, so that's good. And he actually has the mini version of mine, that center AOC, that's the 23-inch. So, hey, props. I like the AOC one.
I think that loses him points, though, if he's got the same stuff you're running.
Come on.
I think it's like the cool wall on Top Gear. It's like, you know, if we have it, it's seriously uncool.
Exactly. So, all right. So this is sort of a headache, but it's also not. I think just a little bit of rearrangement will change the setup completely. So what are your thoughts on it, especially the way he has the speakers just kind of like there's one definitely hiding behind that monitor.
I picture this guy as a very, very athletic, hyperactive individual. And I'm going to tell you why. Because sitting behind everything, right? I'm going to give him points for theme, right? Because it looks like he does some kind of like Tough Mudder events or something like that, like triathlons or decathlons or something like that. And he's got that representing in the background, right? He's got his like little running badge. He's got his socks. He's got his shirt. And he's representing, and he's into cars and stuff because he's got, you know, the power built hot rod mat down underneath. But the thing I noticed was he reinforced his desk. This is something I don't see a lot of people doing, and I actually did this to my desk, the desk that I'm using right now, because I have 3 huge monitors on it, and the weight caused it. I can't stand it. If a desk moves like even a centimeter when you push on it, it drives me nuts. I bolted my desk, I reinforced it and bolted it into the wall joist, so it doesn't move at all. And you can see down here, he did something similar. He went and got a bunch of 2x4s and nailed them in there. He's like, screw this. I want a desk that doesn't move when I'm slamming the mouse around or getting angry and throwing stuff. But no, I like this. It looks like he's working within a very small space, and he kept it really tidy.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm not going to ding him for having Legos on the desk because I think that's really cool that he's got like the little, what is that, like a Minecraft thing going on there or something. So I think that that's pretty cool. But I am going to ding him hard on the speakers. Do not put speakers behind your monitors, people. What are you doing? He's got like the surround sound setup going. It's just one of his front speakers just hiding back there behind the monitor. So it's going to throw the entire sound experience off. And you just murdered sound with that. That's like, And I can't figure out what's hanging up over the EVGA thing there, but it kind of looks like a towel on a towel rack.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where this setup is because he's got a camouflage back wall, a really ripped up wall on the side. I'm almost thinking this is like a workshop or something.
Well, what I don't get, like, is there a wall to the right side or no?
That's what I think so because look what the speaker's up against.
Yeah.
It looks like there's something solid there, like a refrigerator or something. I can't tell.
But why is the PC like that? Why is it in that spot specifically? You know what I mean?
Because he wants to look at those components. He wants to see his GPU in all of its glory when that computer is just rocking and rolling.
I just feel like because of that, it completely pushed his whole setup to the left side of the desk when he could have been a little more in the center.
Oh, I completely agree. If he had stuck that thing down on the floor,
yeah,
like normal people, he could have just been like all sprawled out.
But yeah, I think that it's a little. That's the one thing that I can't wrap my head around. It's like it hurts me to look at it because it looks so like he kind of just put everything down and was like, yeah, that's good, I like it, and kind of walked away.
I can't ding him on it though because like my computer setup I had at work back in my office, back when I used to be not so poor people, I used to have my computer sideways like that behind the monitors because I like that clean look of just not having anything on the floor. So I literally stuck it behind the monitors sideways.
Yeah, well,
so I do like being a little weird like that sometimes, but I do agree with you that it really shoved him over in the corner. Like it wasn't the right decision for such a small space.
Yeah, well, I think behind the monitors it would look better, but now he's like, he took his decent sized desk and made it like insanely small because he's like, well, I can only sit over here now because of my PC and speakers taking up one side. So
yeah, don't let your PC own you, Ashton.
Yeah,
just don't do it.
Yeah, don't. I know
you're the boss.
It's 2015, so I don't know. The computers are getting a little crazy, you know.
And do you know what that thing is that's sitting on top of the subwoofer there? Almost looks like a lamp. Is that a lamp? Yeah, I think it's a lamp. And I don't think you should put a lamp on top of a subwoofer because the first time you play dubstep, that bulb is just going to shatter.
That's a fancy looking lamp.
Yeah, and you're going to get mercury poisoning because that looks like a CFL bulb. So I'm just saying, save the world from mercury poisoning and just put that thing down on the desk.
There you go.
But it's as far as the theme goes, it's kind of weird. Like he's got the camouflage wall back there. I mean, I guess it's still a theme, right? I mean, the dude's obviously extreme. Right, that's what he's trying to say here is extreme because it's like, you know, he's like, I got my marathon running thing. It's called Run or Die, so I'm guessing. I just noticed that it's called Run or Die is the event. Clever. So, and it's dirty clothes, so I'm guessing he's like, you know, it's like you're avoiding the police running through like gravel pits and stuff. But no, okay, so I guess there is a theme there. I mean, the dude obviously is pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
but this is just weird. And I mean, he's got like boxes under his desk. I don't like that when people shove boxes under their desk.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna ding him on that, and it looks like there isn't a wall over there because if you look, he's got some plastic totes over further under his desk.
That's what I was thinking.
So I want to know what the hell's on his desk that's white and is that like maybe a fridge or something? I don't know.
Well, because I think that the desk definitely goes on because we're not seeing the legs of it, we're not seeing the end point. So I think it goes on, which really hurts my head even more because it's like, why is he so far over to the left side of his desk? It confuses me. It really
He probably took a picture of that, and it's like over on the other side of the desk, like his brother's set up with like 3 46-inch screens, a projector, and like a kegerator.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. We've seen some crazy things. But I think that's going to wrap it up for his setup. We have one last setup, and this one is submitted by Jesper. Right?
Yeah, Jesper.
Okay. I'm usually the
If it was an A, it'd be Jasper, but this is Jesper.
So Jesper.
And his last name's like Hammer.
Hammer. Let's see. He's 14. There's a lot of 14-year-olds in this episode.
What is up, man?
It's weird.
Dude, the cops are gonna come looking for you with your demographic. I'm just saying, Matt. Well, oh my gosh.
All right, I'm not gonna finish my thought there, but
he knows I'm trouble every time I come on the show.
He's 14 from Sweden. There you go. IKEA. And he wants us to know that everything is running off of the monitors. No, all the monitors are running off the PC, not the laptop he has stored away. And it's funny. He actually said everything is from IKEA, which I'm sure makes sense because he's from Sweden. But all right. So here's an ongoing joke, Jerry. Every episode, people say, there's a gun in that room. There's a gun. And there never is, except for one time that there was a mug that had half a gun handle attached to it. And it was a joke. So every setup, they say gun. But in this setup, there actually is a gun.
I like guns.
Yeah.
I think guns are cool. Although all my UK subscribers disagree. They We actually do. I mean, it's a cultural thing, right? Here in America, we're like, guns. God, those are like tools. Go down to Fred Meyer and buy like a 12-gauge shotgun and a shovel. That's just like, utility.
But I do want to make mention that this is, in fact, an airsoft gun. He wanted me to tell people it's airsoft.
Well, we probably could have guessed that from his age.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, not many parents give their kids sniper rifles.
Hey, I mean, he has LED lights shining up there. You never know. It could be his prized possession. And
you guys may not know this about me, but I come from an airsoft background. I played for 6 years on a professional airsoft team called Phantom Force.
Really?
Out of Silverdale, Washington, and we were together for 6 years, and we played as a team, and we went and found opposing teams and had huge tournament games and played in 24-hour games, and team even traveled to California a couple of times to partake in events. No, I still have all my airsoft gear. I'm gonna do a video one of these days on it.
I need to see a video of you running around with your gun, just doing rolls and stuff like that.
Hey, I wasn't always like 296 pounds, man. I used to be like at least 20 pounds lighter. Come on. I'm just kidding.
That's a video I need to see. I need to, like, the crazy trailer music, you rolling around in slow motion. I need to see it.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Doing the truffle
Just put it this way. My role was always support. You know why? Because all the support guy does is lay down with a big gun and lay down fire. I was the support guy. I was never the runner.
All right, if I don't stop talking about that, I'm never gonna stop. So taking a look at this setup, this is so IKEA and so clean and so.
Dude, it's just sick. Yeah. It's sick. I dare you to try to tear this setup apart.
Right.
I just dare you.
Let me just crack my knuckles here. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. My only thing that I originally said was, and I actually emailed him about this. I said, why are your monitors like that? And he just prefers the one in front of him and the one to the side for whatever else he's doing. He actually told me.
That's how I like it.
Yeah.
That's how I like it, Matt.
All right. So see, I guess it goes down to personal preference, because he uses the right monitor for graphic design where he has all his tools, and the left one is where he has like Spotify and stuff like that up. It's not his main monitor. So,
yep.
I mean, I don't like that though, because I kind of have a little bit of an OCD problem too, and it kind of just looks weird. It's not centered with everything.
See, I'd say more along the lines if he just needs to add a third monitor.
Yeah, and then it would finish the whole shebang.
Then we'd both be happy, because then it'd be centered up for you, and well, actually it'd be centered up for me too. But it's like that's what's really missing here, is it's like he just has that one. And the thing is the desk is completely symmetrical.
Oh yeah,
like completely. Like you need to have 3 screens on that desk, because it's like the cabinets down below, the drawers under the monitor stand, everything is perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah.
Like he should have 3 screens. I'm just saying.
And I just love IKEA, the way they do things. Like, look how perfect everything is. And because of that, his wire management is just. I actually put a 9 because I was thinking, I'm like, there's
because you're
no
an asshole.
way. Yeah,
that's why.
No, yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, I'm telling you,
can't see a wire. Where's the wire? Point out one wire.
I know. The problem is, I feel like if you were to look behind that desk, or behind the PC he has in the corner, it's just like a wire nest, and I'm just like, oh. There's no way it's this perfect, but
I like how it's so perfect that you're just making assumptions at this point. You're like, I don't know. This looks like a guy that just took a bunch of wires and stuck them in a bucket and duct taped the lid.
That's what I have to do, though. It's sad. I mean, I just love the gun up there, though. The simplicity, it just looks so badass. This setup is too good. It's just lacking that monitor. So there you go. I was able to say something.
Yeah.
But you have anything to say?
I got a lot to say about this setup.
Do it.
This is awesome.
Do it.
So theme, I'm just gonna throw it out there for theme. Nailed it, because he's got the gun up there. His chair that he's sitting in is an AK racing chair. You know, AK, like is an AK-47. You know, it's like he has got the gun theme going on.
Oh yeah. And
the cleanliness of this room definitely gives me the Dexter Morgan vibe. You know, it's like this is a guy, a precision killer right here. You know. It's just, he's got that whole surgical cleanliness going on in this room.
Yeah, no.
But if you look off the side of his monitors, I mean, he does have his little iPad mini there, and he has his iPhone, and they're both like perfectly set up with like he put a ruler between them to get him just This kid suffers from OCD. He suffers from OCD horribly. The only thing I can ding him for even remotely is just his curtain that he has over there on the side.
Why?
It's just like this really just kind of bland looking, weird, kind of off color, brownish looking curtain. It's like,
what would you make it?
It could have been, if I was going to do something like that, I would have gone total blackout cloth and like some like sound absorbing.
Yeah.
Like material, where it looks really, really thick and like matte, and it almost looks like a part of the wall.
Okay.
It's not bad. I'm not saying, trust me, I am nitpicking crazy
you have to.
here. It's like you can't, there are no wires visible. You can't even see, like, I mean, the computer's even concealed over there around the corner.
Yep.
It is a very, very clean setup. This looks like a place where you could go sit down and just relax with no distractions and just hammer stuff out. And then when people troll you on the internet, you just kind of glance up a little bit and go, yeah.
Okay.
It's good. Jesper, you win the internet with this setup today. I'm just saying, for having the least amount of stuff and the most impact.
Yeah.
Because it is just a super, super clean setup. It's well set up. The only thing both of us agree on really is that he needs that third monitor.
Yeah, and simplicity.
I mean, even if you don't use it, dude, get that third monitor.
Yeah.
Just trust us on this. It's gonna be a game changer for you.
Even if you never, literally never pull a window over to it, just get it.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It's just a wallpaper display at that point. Doesn't matter. It's going to balance things out, and somehow like the feng shui of it all is going to make your life better.
It's going to get like image Brennen. I just combined image Brennen to image. But yeah, so even the other picture I didn't show yet. If you just look underneath, it's just perfect. It's just everything about it is great. He's got the YouTuber mouse. It's just everything about it is really, really nice. So
I like how he proved it too. Like he's like, I'm gonna take a picture of just an empty space under my desk just to prove to that Mac the cables are good.
I asked him to do that. I emailed him. I'm like, dude, there's no way. Send me a picture underneath, and he totally did. I was like,
that's hilarious.
I was like, all right, fine, you win, you win. So now is actually the point of the show where I go over the scores so that we show who wins. If the top 2 people win, the chance to go into the Hall of Fame, stuff like that. But there's actually a problem, and this is going to be the first time ever. So first off, hands down, Jesper won. But let's go for oh wow, I am just fumbling words. So let's see. Peter got a 52. Owen got a 53. Declan got a 72. Neloy got a 72. That's a problem. We'll get to that in a second though. Tom got a 37. Ashton got a 55, and Jesper finished with an 89. So
just killed it.
Jerry, we have a problem.
What's that?
Because we
need a tiebreaker.
Yeah. So basically, Jesper won, but 2 people win per episode. So Neloy and Declan, yeah, it's a thing now. They're tied. So
here we go.
This is up to you. You have to decide.
Let me pull them up. I'm doing the tiebreaker right now. Yeah. I see how it is. You just want to throw me under the bus.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
So that nobody calls you like playing favorites or anything. All right. So what do we got? We got Declan and Neloy. Are they tied?
Yep.
Declan and Nicole. Okay. Let me pull them over here.
This is all up to you. So I'm going to say it again for everyone. This is Declan. This is Neloy. And this is Jerry about to make the biggest decision of his life.
I'm sorry, but even with Neloy's big blank wall, he wins it with the 3 monitors.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Takes it. Neloy takes the win with his 3 monitors.
So what do you have to say to Declan now that you just ripped his heart out of his chest and stomped all over it?
Declan, seriously, if you had just one more monitor, just one more stinking monitor hovering over that Xbox One, you would have won it, dude. You would have won it. But you didn't, so
there it is.
Go Team Bangladesh. Got it.
So there you go, guys. That is all we have for this episode of Pimp My Setup. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 20, recorded live on February 10th, 2015. My name is Matt Philly. Check me out on Twitter at MattPhilly.
Oh,
whoa.
Oh, no, did I screw it up?
You dude. Oh, guys, that's something going down in history. You just cut me off, man.
I just cut him off. Well, that's not big. I cut everybody off.
Yeah. But okay, all right. So now, where can they find you? Does it something to do with a cow or something like that?
They can, yes. You can find me at Barnacules on Twitter, or you can come watch my silly videos over on YouTube at barnnerd.com. Barn, like where you put the cows. Unless in your country you don't put cows in barns, and then in which case I'm uneducated. All right,
yeah,
cool.
So, but for you, we put cows in barns, right?
Yeah, I mean we do order burgers and stuff.
Oh,
I mean
that's a thing. So you're good.
Delicious.
Yeah, you're good for now. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the Flippity Flop.
Thanks for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow at Pimp My Setup on Twitter for the latest info about the show. And check out swashin.tv/schedule to know when we'll be live again. Stay up to date with Matt Philly by following him on Twitter at Matt Philly. And until next time, we'll catch you on the Flippity Flop.